Here's today's In Touch devotion.
Today's abridged scripture reading is from Daniel chapter 1, where we find that King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon had conquered Jerusalem. He ordered that some of Israel's most promising youths be selected to serve in his court and be fed from his menu. Among the chosen youths, Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah proposed an alternate idea. Verse 8. But Daniel made up his mind that he would not defile himself with the king's choice food, or with the wine which he drank. So he sought permission from the commander of the officials that he might not defile himself. Daniel said in verse 12, "Please test your servants for 10 days, and let us be given some vegetables to eat and water to drink. Then let our appearance be observed in your presence, and the appearance of the youths who are eating the king's choice food, and deal with your servants according to what you see." So he listened to them in this matter and tested them for 10 days. At the end of 10 days, their appearance seemed better, and they were fatter than all the youths who had been eating the king's choice food. So the overseer continued to withhold their choice food and the wine they were to drink, and kept giving them vegetables. As for these 4 youths, God gave them knowledge and intelligence in every branch of literature and wisdom. Daniel even understood all kinds of visions and dreams. Then, at the end of the days which the king had specified for presenting them, the commander of the officials presented them before Nebuchadnezzar. The king talked with them, and out of them all, not one was found like Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. So they entered the king's personal service. As for every matter of wisdom and understanding about which the king consulted them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and conjurers who were in all his realm. And Daniel continued until the first year of Cyrus the king.
Imagine driving down a gravel road on a dark, rainy night. Even the light from your headlight seems to be swallowed by the blackness as you struggle to avoid veering off the road. Now consider what a difference it would make if there were yellow lines down the middle and white ones along the sides. You'd know exactly where on the road you're supposed to be. These 2 scenarios represent the difference between a life based on preferences and one guided by scriptural principles. Preferences fluctuate with the circumstances. When this is the basis for our decision-making, the result is confusion, stress, and possibly danger as we wander through life. In contrast, principles are God's unchanging truths, which keep those of us who are believers on the path of His will and protect us from spiritual danger and deception. Daniel is an example of a young man who lived by principles. When he realized there was a line he couldn't cross without disobeying the Lord, he stood fast and trusted God instead of conforming to the pagan world around him. Daniel chose not to eat food that had been sacrificed to Babylonian idols, and he left the consequences of his obedience to the Lord. There are 2 main reasons we sometimes rely on preference-based decision-making. Either we want to fit in, or we want to avoid the negative consequences that could come as a result of obeying the Lord. Yet to go this route will leave us in darkness, swerving dangerously through life. Safety and security can be found only in obedience to God's principles, which are like bright white lines on the road, keeping us within His will.